How to choose a family law attorney. If you are getting a divorce or preparing for a custody hearing, then an experienced family law attorney can be an invaluable asset. Family law attorneys represent clients in court for a variety of reasons. They also draft legal documents, such as parenting plans, prenuptial agreements, and surrogacy contracts. If you need a family law attorney, then you should gather referrals and research the prospective attorneys before scheduling a consultation. Part 1: Creating a list of family law attorneys. 1. Ask friends or colleagues for recommendations. You should ask people you know if they have needed a family law attorney and if they would recommend their lawyer. Personal referrals are often the best way to get leads. It's normal to be hesitant of asking people if they have used a family law attorney. Many people don't disclose to colleagues that they've been divorced, fought for custody, etc. For this reason, you might want to ask only those who you know for sure have needed an attorney in the past. Don't make a decision solely on a person's recommendation. People respond to different communication styles and have different needs from their lawyers. For example, some people don't mind rarely hearing from their attorney while you may want constant updates. Accordingly, use your friend's recommendations as just that, recommendations. Put recommended attorneys on a list. 2. Request a referral from another attorney. A lawyer who does not practice family law is another great source of referrals. He or she should be familiar with the reputations of lawyers in the local community and can point you in the direction of a lawyer who is sufficiently qualified to handle your case. 3. Contact your state's bar association. Many state bar associations run referral programs. You can search the referral programs for lawyers based on areas of expertise and location. In states where the bar association does not run a referral program, county-wide referral programs are often available. You can find a state or local bar program by visiting the map created by the American Bar Association at http://apps.americanbar.org, Legal Services, Findlegalhelp, Home.cfm. Click on your state to find relevant referral programs. Part 2: Researching prospective family law attorneys. 1. Look at websites. Most lawyers now have websites. You should find the website by doing a web search. For attorneys with common names, you should search the name and lawyer plus the county or city where the attorney practices. Look over the website for spelling and grammar. An attorney who is careless about presentation could be careless about how he or she represents you. See what experience the lawyer has. Family law is a large area. An attorney who has specialized in divorces might not know anything about creating a surrogacy contract. Accordingly, you should look at each attorney website and see if the lawyer has handled cases similar to yours. Also check to see if the lawyer is a family law specialist. Some states allow attorneys to gain certification in family law. To qualify, the attorney must have dedicated a significant portion of their practice to family law matters. Further, many states require that the attorney get letters of recommendation from other lawyers or judges, take advanced continuing legal education courses in the field, and pass a written exam. 2. Read online reviews. Websites like Avu, Yahoo Local, and Find Law now provide free business reviews, including reviews of law firms and individual attorneys. Be aware, however, that negative reviews will probably outnumber positive reviews since clients who are upset are typically more motivated to leave reviews. Furthermore, the reviews will be one-sided unless the attorney creates an account to rebut the claims made by the reviewer. If the negative review is devoid of concrete specifics, then you might not want to give it too much credit. Also check to see if the attorney has earned a Martindale-Hubbell rating. AV is the highest ability, highest ethics rating based on the opinion of lawyers and judges who know the attorney. Only 10% of American lawyers achieve this rating. Only half of all lawyers have earned a rating, so A, B, C rated lawyers are in the top half of their field. Furthermore, you cannot have an ability rating unless you have earned the highest ethics rating, the V rating. 3. Find out if the lawyer has been disciplined. Each state has a disciplinary commission that investigates ethics complaints against attorneys. If the complaint has merit, then the committee will bring an enforcement action against the attorney. Reprimands and other disciplinary actions should be listed under the attorney's name at the Disciplinary Commission's website. To find your state's disciplinary commission, type disciplinary board and attorney along with your state into your favorite web browser. At the Commission's website, you can typically search by attorney name. 4. Narrow your list. Once you have compiled a list of attorneys and done preliminary research, you can then begin to narrow your list. How you narrow your list is up to you. For example, you might decide that having a family law specialist is essential. Therefore, you will cross off the list those attorneys who are not specialists. Alternately, you might give weight to personal recommendations by friends who have just gone through divorces. Accordingly, you might only want to talk to those attorneys. Still, you might want to take everything into consideration: the attorney's website, experience, testimonials, and make a gut decision based on everything you know about the lawyer. You should use whatever process you feel comfortable with. However you whittle down your list, you should make sure it is not too long. Your next step is to reach out to attorneys and talk to them. A list longer than 5 or 6 lawyers could be unmanageable. Part 3: Meeting with prospective attorneys. 1. Call and request a free consultation. After you narrow your list, you should try to speak to each lawyer personally. Many lawyers now offer free consultations. You should ask if one is available. If an attorney does not offer a free consultation, then you may be able to get a consultation for a reduced fee. If not, then you might want to cross that attorney off your list and move on to others. Come back to that attorney if you are not happy with your final list of candidates. Sometimes, if you have only a couple of questions, you can ask them over the phone instead of scheduling a consultation. Not every attorney will be willing to answer questions over the phone, but it is an option to try if time and money are issues for you. 2. Draft a list of questions. You should prepare a list of questions to ask the attorney. Although much of the consultation will be spent talking about the facts of your case, there should be time for a few questions. Look over the following list and pick the ones that address areas that are most important to you. What experience do you have handling legal matters like mine? I didn't see on your website that you are a certified family law specialist. Does the state not offer that? Would it be okay if I talked to a former client? Can you give me a referral? How often do you send a bill? If I terminate the representation before the matter is resolved, what happens to the money I have advanced to you? Who is responsible for the matter? You? A junior associate or paralegal? Will you be my primary contact? How is the best way to communicate with you? How will you inform me of developments in my case? How heavy is your current caseload? What are the different outcomes possible in this case? 3. Gather documents. You should prepare for the consultation by copying relevant documents. For example, if you have a prenuptial agreement that you are trying to break, you should copy the prenuptial agreement for the attorney to look at. 4. Pay attention to how the staff treats you. When you arrive at the attorney's office, you will likely be greeted by a receptionist or secretary. Throughout your consultation, you may come in contact with other staff, such as paralegals or document clerks. Note any rude or absent-minded behavior. Everyone associated with the lawyer should treat you courteously. If not, they may reflect negatively on the attorney they work for. 5. Answer questions honestly. In order to find a good attorney, you need an attorney who can be honest with you about your chances in your case. For this reason, you must be candid in your answers. No matter how sensitive the matter is, you need to be honest with the attorney. 6. Ask about fees. One important area to be sure to discuss is fees. Historically, lawyers have charged an hourly fee. The hourly fee would be billed in either 10-minute or 15-minute increments. However, now some family law attorneys will perform certain tasks for a flat fee. For example, a lawyer might charge $1,000 as a flat fee for an uncontested divorce. You should ask the lawyer about all the different billing arrangements offered. You can also ask about limited scope representation. Under this arrangement, the lawyer agrees to perform discrete tasks, such as offer advice or look over forms. This can save you money. Limited scope representation is not appropriate for each matter, but may be appropriate for simple or uncontested matters. Not every state allows limited scope representation, but most do. You should ask the attorney if this is an option and if it is appropriate for your case. 7. Take notes. If you meet with more than 2 lawyers, their answers may blur into each other. You should take notes during the consultation so that you can remember what was said. 8. Ask for a referral. You may discover during the consultation that the attorney cannot represent you. For example, the lawyer may have represented your spouse in another matter and therefore has a potential conflict of interest. Or the lawyer may realize that he doesn't have the expertise necessary to competently handle your matter. If this happens, then ask the attorney for a referral to another lawyer who might be qualified to handle the matter. Part 4: Choosing an attorney. 1. Make a decision. After meeting with the attorneys on your shortlist, you might know immediately who you want to hire. Or you may have to mull it over more. Regardless of how you immediately feel, give it a couple of days to think over, unless you need immediate legal assistance. You ultimately want to hire someone you trust and feel comfortable around. To help you make an informed decision, ask yourself the following questions. How comfortable will you be working closely with this attorney? Does the lawyer have the experience to handle the case? Did the lawyer explain the case in a clear manner? Does the fee seem reasonable? What is your gut instinct telling you? Was the lawyer easy to contact or difficult to get a hold of? 2. Call back. Once you have settled on an attorney, you should contact him or her as soon as possible and state that you would like to hire them. Ask if the attorney needs any additional information and what the next steps are. If there was something you didn't like about the attorney, then see if he or she is willing to negotiate. For example, the lawyer might have a policy of only communicating by mail. However, if you would like status updates given by a phone call, then you should ask if the lawyer can change the policy for you. 3. Read the engagement letter. The lawyer should present you with a formal engagement letter. This letter spells out all facets of the attorney-client relationship. You should read it closely before signing it and sending it back to the lawyer. Be sure the fee agreement is included in the engagement letter and that it accurately reflects your agreement. If you agreed to a flat fee but you see a section discussing hourly billing, then you should bring this to the attorney's attention and ask that it be corrected. In fact, if you don't understand something in the engagement letter, then you should ask the attorney before signing. If something is inaccurate, do not scrawl over the page or cross something out. Instead, wait for a complete, accurate engagement letter to be sent to you. Then sign and return it. 4. Pay a retainer. The lawyer may require that you advance a certain sum of money before he or she will begin working on the case. This is called the retainer. It is like a down payment. There may be a separate retainer fee agreement or it could be part of the engagement letter. Your lawyer should not use the retainer until they begin working on your case. However, once they have billed you for work performed, they can apply the retainer to your bill. You must pay whatever amount is not covered by the retainer. If for some reason the lawyer stops working on your case before using all of the retainer, then you are entitled to a refund of the balance. Tips. As the client, you control whether or not an attorney represents you. If, at any time, you want to end the attorney's representation, then you have that right. For more information on when you should fire your attorney, see Know When to Fire Your Lawyer. Ethics rules generally prohibit contingency fee arrangements for family law matters.